Pop, persuadable. What's going on, boo-boos? All right, so I'm going to be expanding over to Wild Rift as well. I'm going to be covering Identity 5 as well as Wild Rift. And right now, this is currently Emerald gameplay. I think in the future, I'm going to do this with my face and doing this over live feed and stuff. You guys can check me out on Twitch. My Twitch name is Persuadable as well. And what I need from the community. So expanding to a different game is always difficult. I tried it with Dead by Daylight mobile, and then after a while, I just felt like the devs weren't doing a good enough job promoting that game, and so that was a failure. So I do want to expand over to Wild Rift as well, and I need your help. I need high tier gameplay footage and possibly interviews and all that stuff. Because the thing is that I want to go more towards the MC route for this game. I've already invested over 750 matches into the game. I'm currently on Emerald, and I can pretty much play any lane. I don't really play jungle too much. And so it would be really beneficial for me to get high-tier gameplay footage. All you got to do is kind of do what I'm doing. Record it, send it to me over Gmail. I'll have a description in the link. It's a good opportunity for you as a player as well to get your game and your footage out there. And it'll help me a lot because I do need a lot of Wild Rift footage. And that's the main route that I want to go. I'm currently playing top lane, playing Garen, and have probably close to 1,500 to 2,000 character points for him. I've been playing a whole bunch of different characters. I used to play League of Legends for about 6 months, and very excited for this game to come out as well. I feel like the devs are going to be pushing this game to getting a lot of people amped up, and I definitely want my name in that community. Unfortunately, because I'm a little bit delayed with the content, that now means that I have to really oversaturate YouTube algorithm with a whole bunch of footage. So if you're a high tier player, Emerald, Diamond, yeah, I want to see your gameplay footage. I don't care. Try to send me some a gameplay. I prefer rank footage. This is rank, and I prefer a match where you kick ass and you do really good. Or you do something spectacular, so it makes it worth for all the viewers to watch. And I'm playing with B4U. You're probably gonna see a bunch of things that you could correct us on. By all means, I always love the feedback of the community. It is in my belief that you can become a top player by working together as a community. I already did it in one video game, and I continue to do it in that game, and I genuinely think it's going to occur in this game as well. And what I mean by that is that if you're somebody who is watching and you see one of the characters doing something interesting or something that you would do differently, by all means, go to the comments, give us your feedback. I'm going to read them. Because I want everybody to improve, including myself. I'm not pretending that I'm a pro player at the game. I got a lot to learn, a lot to improve. And by all means, definitely hit me up if you want to play with me sometime, especially if you're Emerald or Diamond. I'm always looking for players to improve on. I primarily play support role, top lane, and trying to improve my mid lane as well. Those are the 3 lanes. And I could play a little bit of ADC, a little bit of jungler, depending on what's happening here. So I've been experimenting a lot with Garen. This match I do a pretty good job at cleanup. Now I build my Garen more of a tank build. Now this isn't a guide. I'm not really going to come out with guides yet. I know that there's a shitload of guides out there. I don't feel comfortable doing it yet. I'll probably do it 3 to 6 months down the road when I'm actually a top player. So or if I am a top player, I don't know how that's going to work. There are so many good people in this fucking game. Oh my God, there's so many creative players. And what I've realized with my team is that my team often can be quite squishy. This team format's not, but so that's why I like to go Garen. If any of you don't play Wild Rift, I highly recommend you downloading it. It's a very frustrating game if you don't have people to play with. Solo mode can be very annoying to deal with, but same thing with Identity 5. And one of the things that we've been working on is I've been trying to work on a way where we can always guarantee the dragon. And one of the things that I've been doing really well in top lane is keeping the player in top lane where I push their minions back. I know there's times where you shouldn't do that. And I force them to stay in their lane, and I can assist people in Dragon Lane, go 5v4, and then immediately go back up towards top without losing my turret. Now, with top lane, there's a lot of people who like to play Darius. I don't know what it is, but I blow balls with that guy. I fucking suck. Like, I'm going to just say it. I try to play Darius. I get my ass kicked. It gets me mad. I feel like I die too fast. And I've looked at all the guides. I know how his skills work. I understand the combos for him to use. But my player sense for top lane is that I like to just kind of go in. And that's where I think Garen is underrated a little bit. The fact that I can survive so long when I initiate a team battle, especially with the right build. And I've been changing my build up a little bit. So I feel like Garen's more of a tanky character, what Darius is not. But for my game style, since I'm still learning, trying to improve, I feel like he allows a little bit of survivability. We are in 5-person voice chat, so there's a lot of times where I'm initiating or someone else is initiating, I'm going in. And, man, going against Diana. So Diana's this character here. She's a pain in the ass to go against. She can be really difficult. A lot of people are good at her in solo mode. You can really hyper carry with her if you have a bad lane or a person that you're going against. But so really the biggest thing that I've also had to learn so far about the game is my ability in top lane to really try to pressure that lane and try to get to Dragon to make it a 5v4. I got to be careful because there's some characters like Nasus. He's an asshole, and he can take your turret down super fast. So there's a whole bunch of different things that we're trying to learn. When should I leave lane to make it 5v4? When should I stay in lane to protect the turret to make sure we get the dragons? Now, if you're unfamiliar with the dragons, ladies and gentlemen, they give you permanent buffs. There's a whole bunch of guides out there to explain all that. That's not the purpose of what I want to do. And so far we're doing all right. It's 3 versus 2. And don't I look handsome? I look so handsome. All right, so we're gonna move on. And one thing is that I do feel like Garen's underrated because once I feel like I'm a little fed with this guy, my God, I can tank so much damage. I can tank so much unbelievable damage. I've been changing my build a little bit with him. I do buy that Sunfire cape first. And from there, I kind of change it up depending on who I'm going against, how many magic users there are. Do I need to build magic resistance? Can I go with Dead Man's Plate for movement speed? Should I go for the fucking thing that resurrects me? You know what's funny? Is that I'm so glad this is my first video because later down in the future when I got all the names of the items down and I'm talking all about this, like you all are going to say, man, I helped Persuade learn even more. And same thing with Identity 5, man. This is how it started with Identity 5. It started with me just kind of fucking around, trying to figure things out. And the difference, though, is that I was a top player in that game. In this game, I'm only Emerald. So Emerald is like I think Emerald is kind of like the Griffin, I think, maybe, give or take. I don't know. So still doing my thing. And remember, I know I'm repeating myself, ladies and gentlemen. I really would appreciate if y'all could send me your high tier footage. We could even do a thing where if you're a top player, we could try to get like a little bit of a Discord conversation going and invite you into a private message. We can watch your video that you submit to me. And as we're watching it, you can give the viewers some tips and hints. I genuinely believe that the best way to improve everybody is by including the entire community. I see these guides from all of these people who say, oh, this is the best guide. This is the #1 guide. And it's like, there's no way you can be the best player in every single character. I want to bring those players to my YouTube and I want to talk with them and interact with them. And I want everybody to learn all these different characters. But to do that, I need your help. And we really need to get that footage out there. So if you're a diamond player, by all means, hit me up, man. Persuadable@gmail.com, trying to expand. It's going to help me out incredibly. Look at this cleanup. Call me a motherfucking janitor. Why call me? I'm a janitor. I clean shit up. Oh, that was good. That was a corny joke, but whatever. We're gonna roll with it. So, like I said, this is Emerald rank, and we rank about once a day, give or take, and I primarily like to use Garen. I like to use Seraphine. I like to use Blitzcrank. I know he's trash, but I still like to use him. I use Teemo. I know he's not the best either because of the whole team fight situation, but I'm going to give my perspective on Teemo because I genuinely think that he's underrated. Obviously, in competitive gameplay, he's not going to be as good, but for these regular, like, Emerald players, Teemo is more than suitable, and I'm going to make my argument on that in a different video for sure. So, and you can see that we're prioritizing that dragon. Diana's sticking in her lane. And that's not really a strategy I always agree with because taking turrets mid to late game is much easier. So I'm going to go back and we get that dragon down. So I want you to tell me in the comments who your main is. What rank are you? What server are you on? And who's your character that you want to use? Because if you post in the YouTube comments, I'll still try to read those as well. So I can reach out to folks. And like I said, this match was a pretty damn good Garen match, man. I did pretty good with Garen. I was happy about it. And like I said, I'm learning from the ground up. I'll be watching the guides and all that stuff. But the problem is that with the YouTube guides and stuff, they're so generic. And it's just, I feel like it's just, I'm one of those people, right? What we learn in research is to talk with other researchers. So instead of just going to YouTube and like reading the guides, which everyone pretends they're a master with every character and it's pretty ridiculous. I just want to reach out to the actual top players of those characters and pick their brain a little bit and be like, why'd you do that? Explain this shit to me. And my goal is I want to MC one day for this game. I feel like I learned a lot. I know a lot. But you can never know enough. Even in Identity 5, 3 years later, I'm still picking people's brains. I'm still asking them questions. I'm still reviewing gameplay because you never know enough. Never. And there's so many creative people out there with so many different game styles, and I want to give them that platform to speak out. So I really hope that I can rally my community. I hope that y'all can help me. I hope that you can get this word around for the Wild Rift community. Be like, hey, here's a YouTuber. It's a great opportunity, especially if you have a YouTube. It's a great opportunity to promote yourself. You're a Wild Rift player trying to get your name out there. I will definitely fuck with you, as long as you're not an asshole, of course. Hit me up. Let me see your gameplay. Let me see what tier you are. Let me see what type of guy or woman or whoever you are, and let's see what we can learn from you. By all means, I've invested 3 years in the promoting other people's YouTubes all the time. I don't ask people to sub me. I don't ask people to like me. I don't ask people to ring the fucking bell, whatever that means. What I do, though, is always ask people to support the smaller YouTubers. That's how I started. That's how I can continue it. So by all means, y'all need to spread that word. I'm going to give you a hug and a kiss in the cheek if I find out that you be spreading this and trying to get more Wild Rift players here. Let me tell you something. There is nothing better than a persuadable kiss on the cheek. It's an Italian thing to do. Let me tell you something, all right? There's nothing more satisfying than a kiss on a cheek from Persuadable. It's the Italian thing to do. So, we're going to be finishing this matchup. Anyways, I want to thank you all, by the way, for watching this. I'll get better at it. I'll expand. I'll grow. I'm going to try. Unfortunately, I got a really long road trip ahead of me, about 2,500 miles, so it's going to be a little hard, but this is what makes me happy. What doesn't make me happy is me playing and me only coming out with my own content. I love looking at other people's gameplay. I love looking at other top players. I love picking their brains. I love trying to get that information out there as well as emceeing the content. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to include players' names so you guys can see the builds, I think. I don't know if it's going to show. And I love you all, boo-boos. I hope you know that. Let's see how this journey goes. Fuck it. Bye.